Get up, Billy! Get up! Get up, bum! You're a bum, Billy! You're a bum! What's going on, guys? Welcome to Think About It Reviews, and we are talking Southpaw. This is starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Rachel McAdams, Forrest Whitaker, directed by Antonio Fuqua. Tony Fuqua. Okay. You know what? This film is... I was looking forward to this film when I saw the trailer. Jake Gyllenhaal looked great. I mean, looked fucking phenomenal. And it just looked like... I love boxing movies. If you guys know me, I just fucking absolutely love sports in general movies. But boxing is always, in my opinion, the most entertaining. And this film has definitely the same beats as a lot of boxing films that came and went. It's a revenge flick. Honestly, this film is a revenge flick. Now, if you saw the trailer, there is no spoilers. I mean, it's in a trailer. I don't know what to tell you. So basically, Jake Gyllenhaal plays Billy Hope. He's a champ. He's on top of the world. He has 50 Cent as his promoter. I mean, this guy is the champ, you know. And Rachel McAdams is playing his wife. Her name is Maureen, and Maureen basically, you know, they were in the system, man. They're like in the orphanage, and they grew up together, and, you know, they fell in love. They had a kid, and this kid, their kid is named Naomi Harris. I believe her name is Naomi Harris. Was it? No, Lily. Una Lawrence. Oh, wow. 2 O's. Una Lawrence. And you know what? This their daughter, the girl who plays their daughter, actually really did a great job. You know, she really, especially one part in the scene where she just gets so pissed off at Jake Gyllenhaal. I mean, that was like one of the best parts acting wise. I really did enjoy that. You know, that part. I think she did a very good job for being a little girl. But like I said, this is like a revenge flick, man. Rachel McAdams, some shit goes down between Billy, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, and this up-and-comer this guy trying to make a name for himself, but his name is Miguel Magic Escobar. It's kind of funny because the actual guy's real name is Miguel too. But he's trying to make a name for him, so he's calling out the champ and stuff. They're at a fundraiser, and Rachel McAdams gets shot. It's from, you know, Miguel's crew, but they don't know who, you know, they never find the evidence or anything like that. And after Rachel McAdams' death, basically, Billy just is a downhill spiral. I mean, this guy's life is just, his house is being taken away. He has no money. He loses his custody of his daughter because of certain events that happen in the film. 50 Cent kind of betrays him. You know, he's not famous anymore, and he has, you know, it's nothing new. He has to come back. He has to, you know, big showdown at the end. Forrest Whitaker helps him out. It's beat for beat like all those other boxing films. And, you know, the drama, I mean, I like this film. However, I am just, you know, I thought honestly it would be better, but I still really enjoyed the performances. I thought Rachel McAdams did, you know, great for a little screen time she had. I thought Jake Gyllenhaal did great, like really great. This guy really embodies a role, anything he's into. So like in Nightcrawler, that dude, I didn't think Jake Gyllenhaal. In here, I did see Jake Gyllenhaal, but I saw him really just commit to this character, and he was really unlikable in the beginning, but then he started to become likable towards the end because you're kind of rooting for him, and this is a revenge flick. But I mean, he just was unlikable and very arrogant, and you could see the transition when he works with Forrest Whitaker and his attitude. However, I feel like it was too quick of a transition. Like we didn't get enough time for that change to happen. I thought the direction was great. I thought the boxing aspect could have been handled a little bit better. I've seen films that just work their magic way. I'm not looking for Raging Bull, where it's just nowadays boxing films have to be real, so they have to have the commentary. It has to be like the big Vegas and stuff. You have to have Bruce Buffer, but I felt like the direction in the ring could have been better. I think there's certain parts I did like what the director was doing, and that was the POV shot of Jake Gyllenhaal against Miguel. He's gonna come on. It's not. I better put spoilers. I'll put spoilers, I guess. He fights Miguel at the end. I thought that was some great shots in there. So this is spoiler review now. I'm just gonna change the spoilers. And I really did enjoy him befriending the kid in the ring, Forrest Whitaker's gym, and, him having to work at Forrest Whitaker's gym. I mean, Forrest Whitaker was giving this guy a chance, and like I said, he was so arrogant. He's like, I ain't gonna fucking clean your toilets and shit. But I did like how he befriended Hop, this kid that's there, and, Forrest Whitaker takes in these kids to make sure they're not in the, on the streets and stuff. Tries to protect them. But as we find out that Hop, ends up dying protecting his mother, I thought that was fucked up. I thought, a little bit too much of the dramatic side. I mean, they should have kept, certain things simple, but it just, they wanted conflict, so they just, threw a bunch of shit, okay, now he's not rich anymore, or now his daughter hates him. This kid, now he dies. Forrest Whitaker, he has a story, but, he doesn't want to train him. There was a lot of side kind of plots going on where I was like, just focus on the main thing. I thought the training sequences, the montage was not too bad. I really liked Eminem's song, Phenomenal. I know I sound horrible. Overall, I mean, there's nothing too special about this film, but however, it is still a good film. I still really enjoyed the aspects that it was given. I know for beat that it was like every other boxing film. However, the performances were great. The direction was great. Sometimes I did wish that the director used different kind of shots and angles for the ring aspect, the fighting aspects, especially. You could tell some punches were definitely not hitting the opponent. I thought the cinematography was well done. The tone that is set was great. I like the the aspect. You get a little switch in tone a little bit, just by a little bit. It goes from kind of lighthearted to dramatic. It goes really dramatic really quick, and it goes super dark when he's really trying to go after. He wants to kill, basically. He wants to murder, in that one scene where he gets a gun and stuff. But I did I love the relationship with Jake Gyllenhaal and his daughter. I thought those two really stole the show. I mean, that's what it was really just focused on, that the death of Rachel McAdams, and the focus on was the father and daughter aspect, and he's doing this really, that's it. He's living for her. I thought him really, it's a tragic, definitely, way Rachel McAdams went, but I thought him just really just not realizing that shit that he was hurting more than really helping, really raising his daughter. He just really was just stuck on Rachel McAdams' death. And I know a lot of people who lost their family members, but a lot of them move on, and they know that, hey, there's nothing, that's just life. But we wouldn't have a film if we if it's just he did the grieving process. So I mean, it sticks with him throughout the whole film. But you got to understand, I guess that was the love of his life. It was all happy go lucky in the beginning, like the perfect family, that type of situation. But overall, and 50 Cent, screwing him kind of over. I thought 50 Cent did well. I thought he did a good job with all the material he was handled. I was actually surprised about that. Other than that, what else can I really talk about this film? Other than, I thought the ending was a little bit rushed. It really was kind of anticlimactic, probably because I knew what was going to happen. And even though they try to which way is this going? I think a lot of people would have been pissed if Jake Gyllenhaal lost, because, he's avenging his wife's death. Overall, though, I thought it was still a good film. I did enjoy it. It's around two over 2 hours. It's quite a lengthy film. However, I didn't feel that it didn't feel long. I was engaged throughout the whole thing. I wanted to see where they were going with this character, even when he started to be unlikable in the very beginning. His friend kind of just disappears. I was kind of disappointed. I thought his friend was the only one that really kind of cared about him, even offered to give him back to watch so he can get a little bit of money. So they kind of just drop him altogether, and then his trainer training the other guy, and that whole deal with all his friends abandoning him, or his promoter abandoning him. I thought they could have spiced that up a little bit instead of putting in a lot of elements like maybe the kid dying and this and that. But I did really enjoy the training sequences. I really enjoyed the fucking his learning how to defense. The thing about boxing is you don't fucking the main thing you have to know about boxing is a jab's gonna take you far, and a fucking body shots, jab, body shots, and defense. Forrest Whitaker uses his brain. That's boxing. What Jake Gyllenhaal was doing in the beginning was definitely just fucking old school. Just fucking wailing. Just let's go toe to toe, mano a mano, just swing. But Forrest Whitaker was very smart, and I loved his training ideas presenting to Jake Gyllenhaal. Like, listen, this is a wall. You got to fucking protect yourself. Rachel McAdams saw that as well. So that was a great aspect. I really enjoyed that aspect of the film. But overall, recommend this film. Definitely recommend it. Check it out if you haven't already. And that's about it. So thank you guys for listening. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Please like the video if you like it, and comment below, and I'll answer any of your questions. I think Jake Gyllenhaal is on a roll. I think he's one of my favorite actors, actually. He's actually done such a fucking great job with a lot of roles he's been given. Is he ever going to win the Oscar? I don't know, but I think Nightcrawler was probably one of his best shots. This film, really good performance by him once again, but also great performances by everybody else as well. Like I say, grab a tick, grab a seat, make sure you have some good popcorn to eat. I'll see you at the cinema, guys. Daniel Man, a.k.a. Daniel's son, is out.